It was the period you missed at the end of the sentence. Began the life of one sperm and one egg. In Revelation time, the period that you missed at the beginning was the period that lasted only until the end, when it began once more. One fine time one was born. When your moon begins again, your child has just reached the first cycle. When you can have the second child is because your first child has now been born. The period that ends the sentence, the period that is the 30 for creation of the 50 stars, the egg is the 15. The I, which goes between the egg, is 9, is total of 24. 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4. PH, F, vertigo. The one time to the green life, within I come, thy moon, I am thy birth. Within time 59, here comes the fox 45. E-I-E-I-O, I am the 9th birth to the 7th gate. The book ends. With your life is the period of the book ends. Inside the green life you go to hell is low in vertigo. Hello, hello, are you with me, my friends? Vertigo, the green worm that brought us into the life of time of man. Tige, the tige. The tige is the little cord, the slight little cord that connects man's mind to the anterior world. Antarctica, the frozen world, the tundra, something under the ground. I'm not sure, I don't know. The bookends of Neo, of low life, Venus. Venus could not exist without bringing life within her breath. When this began for me, I had a vision. The vision was the scariest vision I ever had, and I was only about 10 to 12 years old. I saw the alphabet and the numbers in a foggy situation. And then I saw the revelation of the light come from the sky and read to me 7286. We must return to the anterior world. For it is within the anterior world where the period begins, or the period has ended. The time of suffering within the time of the period of the angel world, where we have 5 fingers and toes, and we're always stepping on ourselves. The hour of time, what does the horse say of time, the bitch who steals my time? The hour, the horse says 16. That's what the horse says. In the vertical song, they say unos, dos, tres, cuatro. Tres, unos, dos, tres, cuatro. 3 makes 4, makes 12, makes 7, makes 19. Man's mind in 2 different worlds of 5 and 5. How do we get the 2 different worlds of 5 and 5? We take the 7 and we make bookends. We have 7 rows in the deck of cards, in which only 5 are used for life. 5, 5, and 5 in each level, in which the top end of the level is actually the top end of your head. We're more like animals than anything else. Our feet might lift us, but it's the extension of what we release from within us that brings us on to life. Road signs, things you see, not from other countries. We learn from our own dimension. The piano, from my own dimension. If I want to study in another dimension, I hope I'm a little fluid in my own dimension, unless I'm looking for a little bit of paraphernalia to spread my wings out a little bit further. The 7th gate, the bookends. The 7th gate has a bell. You must come in from the North Pole, because I see you're on the slide. As the doctor slaps your ass, you're now in for life, and it's a ride. At the beginning, you'll start your life with no teeth. And at the end, hopefully at least you have one tooth for the fairy godmother. Because it's the story within one's mind that jingled through the seventh gate and became the snake of one's tongue within this world. In the period of time when man stood in front of the dartboard and said, I'll take 60 seconds on the clock, as Pac-Man laid down, and he snored. He snored for almost 100 years while you lived your life here. You put yourself to sleep upstairs. Every night you awaken to a horror story of what you have created on this planet. When does the period end? When Venus is up. I still don't believe that Venus even exists, but within the constellations. I still don't believe that Mercury actually exists more than what the blood flows in our veins. I do believe that Mars is part of the planet, but only exists because it's communication within one's mind. Where is everything? I think everything's hanging around Jupiter. Wouldn't you like King Kong, Godzilla? Hey King Kong, hey Godzilla, hey Jupiter, hey Saturn. How you doing? Saturn, the sixth planet. Uranus, the seventh planet. The bookends. Between Earth and Uranus, the bookends. This 963587 or this 123457. Uranus is here. The only ones that disappear is 1, 2, and 4. We got the cat's house, 1 and 4, and 2 and 4 is 6. 3, 5, 8, 25. You see, we separated the 6 from the 5. 6 and 5 is 11, 365 days a year of the 9th birth of the 7th gate of the 8th heaven. Or are we returning in here? 5 is 5, it's the same pass. 4 is 2 times 2. We don't need 3 times 2, we can multiply it right here. We make the creation within these numbers. We don't need this gateway, but the gateway within Jupiter that we live in our reflection. 6, 10, 15, 22 is the letter V. 9, 18, 24, and 8 is 32. We have 32 over here. We have 6, 10, 15, 22, and 32 equals 54. 54 is the number to the sun. But we have a Uranus, because we have 2 U's. We have our own complete turnaround, our own racetrack. We live in one of the claws. We know in the bottom part of the claws, it's the Santa Claus, because they sent us. And the clause was for life, for eternal life until the life ends. And after that, the clause is up and done. We can come home. Again and again and again. We always ask, oh, please help me. Do not remember. I want to enjoy this life. Just let me remember the times, the righteous of times. When we take this and we bring it into a 1, 2, 2 world, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, it says O-N-E, one. It says O-N-N-E, none. All the words that you would need, Eno, the gas, the bubbles. I don't know what you need, the E-N-E-N-O, the N, the N-E. N-E means any. It just means to you whatever it means. I wish I had a printer so I can print out 300 of these. Again, I've done the 7th inning stretch in baseball. I can do the whole baseball thing again if you want. I can do the piano thing again. I can do pi up to 500 numbers. That'll take a little bit. What else do I have to do again? Do we do NHL conferences? What's going on next week in the NHL? Because I know this week, okay, this week is not the 333rd day. The 333rd day is next week, Thanksgiving. So if the train should roll, where is Denver going to be next weekend? Boston is very important also. Chicago is important. Montreal is important. Funny the way we had to jump into Quebec. I wish we didn't have to. Do we talk about the dice cube? Do we talk about the colors in roulette? Do we talk about roulette and how it says 5775? Do we talk about Judas Iracas? And I'm not quite sure where to go with that. Do we talk about 2, 4, 6, and 8 and what happens when you put eggs next to each other? See the way you put eggs next to each other? This one will only be a C, but this will be an O, this will be an O, this will be a C. It'll say Cook, Captain Cook, because he's got 46 trapped. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 is 24, is 34. 34 is Earth and Mars. When 6.66 billion people will come to the avenue, the turnstiles will end. This one can get 8 because it's on the second side. 24, 2 parts of 10. Make it 14 and 14. Man is on the cross. Makes no sense, right? I'm just looking. There's just a lot of stuff. How we can add to get 21. How should we add to get 39? How should we add to get 27? Why should we get 27? We get 39 because 39 is the last number. It is the center number for roulette. The last 2 numbers that connect the 2 sides of the board are 18 and 21 equals 39, which is R and U. And on the other side of the board, where 1, 4, and 7 come into the effect, 1, 4, and 7 date out to saying standards and ports. So I ask again, do we include the typewriter? Do we include the telephone into this world? Where does the number start? Are we living with 9 forever? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5? Because we enter into the 3 worlds. Or do we actually just take out 3 numbers and forget about 5 because we're already in 5? So do we go 9, 6, and 8? Do we go 4, 7, and 8? 4, 7, and 8 gives us one odd number. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 by 4 is 28, which makes 84, 3 months of the moon. If we went the other way with 2, 3, and 6, 1 and 1 would be inside 2. So all we would need back in this world of the Mississippi is 3 and 6. M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-I, and spells the 97 of Rothschild. Where am I going with this? Nowhere. We're going to end it right here. I had enough. No, we're going to say one more thing. I was telling you about 39. Okay, standard and poor, 35, and 39, which equals 74 average, connect to the center of the Twin Towers, and on the roulette wheel, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 111, 111, equals 666 in the 7 world, equals 999 in the 10 world, equals 13, 12, 12, 12 in the other world, or, and, okay, once you go 111, okay, is 666 is 777, okay, now that you're at 777, okay, from 666, how do you get from 6 to 10? 444. And how do you get from 444 to 13? It's 999. That's the time we're in right now. 13, 13, 13. Not good. 1 and 3 is 4, 1 and 3 is 4, 1 and 3 is 4. Doctor of creation. 20 and 19, 39. 21 and 18, 39. This one is connected this way, in the same row. 2 out of 3 in the same row. 18 and 21 recreate this, and it creates this shape. If you go down to the lowest, Y and N, X and O, 39. Creation and the one spirit of man, V, 22 and 17. The quack, the payout of 86 is 76. What happened? I think I was in Colorado, Arizona. What happened to the spaceships that went up? Like I said in my previous video, I saw a Tomahawk came to get it. And you know how I know? Because Matrix is a funny system. They talked so much, oh, we shouldn't do the Indian Tomahawk at the baseball. We shouldn't do the Indian Tomahawk. Tomahawk, part of the cat family. Well, why do I say it? Because it came up in the numbers, Tomahawk and Explorer, or whatever that ship was that went in that they said that has a gas leak and it blew up. They did it. Whether they did it out of an energy, if you don't see it, look into the sky. The sky, with these glasses, you can see the difference in the sunspots and the different sides of the sky. I could see it. Okay, very hard to see it. And I see the sparkles in the sky. I know there's no reality. I know there's a fake sky. So if you look back to 9/11, look above the buildings. Look above the buildings in more than one video, because there was a couple of videos where blackness came from the sky and not from the ground. And if it came from the ground, the only ground it came from was from the building. Is when the spark ignited, the two ends met, caused a black cloud, and then ran down the building. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for this notation.